Good afternoon, guys. Hi from Hanoi, Vietnam, and we're gonna have a two-part look at the Vietnamese old quarter in Hanoi. So let's get into part one right now. Let's get started. Let's go. All right, where better to start than outside one of my favorite cafes in Hanoi. Right in the heart of the old town, the old Viet old town. So if you've been following the channel, you probably noticed we just had the episode before this one about the old Colonial French Quarter in Hanoi. So that's actually next to this part of the town, the old Vietnamese part of the town here, which is also the focal point of the backpacker area in Hanoi, and it's really expanded greatly. It's a fantastic area. There's so many nice cafes. Of course, Vietnam's super famous for some of the best coffee in the world. Here's an amazing little shrine. So let's take a little peek inside here. A small oasis of tranquility amidst the hustle and the bustle of the big city. So as I said, this part of the city is also backpacker central. So you've got a lot of merchandise that suits travelers. A lot of good quality stuff, actually. Clothing and all kinds of accessories, crafts, a lot of creative stuff here. Some cool communist propaganda type posters. I mean, yeah, the posters are cool. I'm not talking about the ideology. We don't get deep into ideology on this channel. Hello. Bit of massage there. Oh, as I said, backpacker zone. Backpacker Central. All right. Some younger ones there look like they're doing their first overseas experience trip. So a fair few massage places around here. Are they naughty? I don't know. I think they're not very naughty. They might be a little bit naughty. I'm not sure about that. You'd have to check it yourself. Depends who you ask, and if you're a handsome man or woman or whatever. Here's another cool shrine. Speaking about handsome, this is a very handsome shrine here. Don't know if I can I go in there? Sorry, you look very nice. Lovely clothes, very beautiful. All right.
He used to be the king, and until the 17th century, we asked him, we honored him to be our humanly sent. And we do pray.
Very nice. Okay, the girls are dressed up today. So let's wander along the sides here of this little temple or shrine. I'm not sure what we should call that, but it's got a bit of communist propaganda there in a display case connected to the shrine. It's interesting, isn't it? Of course, communism normally doesn't get into religion or that kind of similar type stuff much. Usually it's dead against it, actually. But in this situation seems to coexist. Now we just turned into the main backpacker street, and when I first came to Hanoi, 12 or 13 years ago, this was really it, you know, as far as places to stay for backpacking or people on a shoestring budget. But it's amazing, you know, tourism's really taken off over the last dozen or so years, and it's radiated out from around this area. So there are tons of hotels and hostels all around. Hello, nice to see you. Yeah, basically probably for about a half kilometer or so radius around this street now you can find a sprinkling of hostels and quite a few hotels. Yeah, tourism in Hanoi is really exploded. Let's see if we can get through here. Follow the garbage lady. No, we won't do that. So, as you can see, tons of little cafes and places to grab interesting souvenirs. A bit of street art there. Lots of nice little places to sit, inside or outside. And if you've watched the video preceding this one, the French Old Quarter video, you might remember this place. No, it's not Notre Dame in Paris. But I suppose it was supposed to remind the French people back in the days of that. But in this little side street, slipped alongside the cathedral here in Hanoi, there are some really nice places to have a nibble or some drinks. And you can get the best views from up on the terraces of some of these places. If you want your photos without people blocking them, or this one's a really nice one over here as well on the upstairs part. Okay, so we just did a bit of a loop. We were down there before. Okay, if you watch the old French Quarter video preceding this one, you would have noticed I started at the cathedral and I walked down this way. But today we're gonna head down this way. Yeah, it's interesting that the driving habits of people in Hanoi have definitely become more aggressive. But I think nowhere near as bad as Bangkok. You know, that's my opinion. I've traveled the region extensively, but it's been a long time since I've been here in Hanoi. So I really noticed the change. If you're in places quite often or constantly, actually it's harder to notice changes. There are more cars, obviously. Yeah, motorcyclists, some of them are definitely a lot more aggressive. Some of them. This is an interesting place. It seems to be not open for people to look inside. Some kind of a government type thing. All right, we're gonna head to the right here. Say goodbye to the cathedral. Yeah, you could say the cathedral's the spiritual heart of Hanoi, or at least it's part of it, but you've got all these little temples and shrines that are older as well, so obviously they're part of that as well, part of being the heart of Hanoi. And it's really a multifaceted kind of society here. You can see some nice French colonial architecture along this strip, because we're just skirting around the fringes actually of the French colonial old town, where it connects to the Vietnamese old town. But we're gonna turn here. So, okay, a bit of French architecture along this strip, as you can see. Yeah, but we've come to the lake again. I don't know how to say it properly. Hoan Kiem Lake. Yeah, so we went around half of that in the French colonial old town video. Now we're heading along a different part, the northwestern corner. So yeah, we've already done the southern half of the lake. Kind of a genteel spot to have a lunch break, at least as far as Hanoi goes. It'd be one of the nicer pics with the lake. A bit of a fresh breeze coming off the lake. Fantastic weather today, absolutely stunning. And this is the other side of the little shrine we saw just a minute ago. We've just gone around there in a bit of a U-bend. Hello! Hello! 15 minutes of fame. All right. So we're coming up around the north side of the lake here, and you can see the cool little island over here where they've got the very famous shrine there. I think I mentioned it in the French Old Town video. It's about $1 or something like that to cross the bridge to get onto the little island there. Obviously a good photo spot. So they, just in case you didn't realize that, they've kindly put this sign here. I love Hanoi. Another old French colonial building along the side here. These kinds of buildings must have a lot of history, a lot of stories behind them, what they were used for in the past and so on. Be good to have some signs with information about that. Maybe the government's still not quite ready to kind of go too deeply into that kind of thing. They still seem to be focused on winning the war, which is great and everything, good on them. Fair enough, you know. Yeah, slowly the focus changes, the country opens up a bit more. It's understandable that the government was focused on a unifying theme for a number of years. Of course, in Vietnam, as with all the countries in the region, you've got different groups, hill tribes, kind of minority groups. Some of them had their own empires in the past, and now they're just minorities in other countries that still remain in the region. But it's been a kind of an ongoing trend in recent years. The countries of the region start to acknowledge these groups a bit more, which is pretty cool. They're all interesting groups. They have very interesting textiles, their own styles of clothing, traditional clothing and so on. Special kinds of cooking, special dishes they put together, a lot of stuff, all kinds of things. All right, let's cross over here a bit. It's the Note coffee, famous for having lots of post-it notes all over it for your Instagrammers. I don't really see the point in it, to be honest, but I think they've got something kind of like that in Saigon, pretty sure, or somewhere else. I don't remember exactly. People dress well outside this place here. Seems to be a cool place according to people who have a little bit extra cash in Hanoi. Hanoians. This is a pretty cool area. I like this traffic circle. It's got a whole bunch of cafes around it. A lot of different kinds of architecture. Quite a few people get dropped off here. And it is, by bus or I guess minibus. And it's a place that a lot of people might have their first glimpse of Hanoi, as far as, you know, getting out and having a look, getting out of the bus half asleep, coming in from different points around the country. It's a pretty good spot actually to get your first look. I'm a man of many hats, but I don't have one of those hats. But I'm on the lookout, but it's got to be the right one, not just anyone. I'm very fussy about stuff like that. Cafe Din. Cafe Din is one of the better cafes. I definitely recommend it. It was opened by the daughter of the guy who invented egg coffee. If you haven't tried egg coffee, then you're really missing out. It's fantastic stuff. Might not sound too appealing, but it's really good. They use the egg yolk to make up a frothy cream to put on top of the coffee. Fantastic Vietnamese coffee, of course. And this was invented in a time when they had milk shortages. And you'd actually think it is some kind of milk foam. It's very rich and foamy and creamy and delicious. So the guy who invented that has a son and a daughter. Both of them started cafes. The daughter is the older one, so. But she's not in this world anymore, unfortunately. She's moved on to the next life, or maybe she's come back into this life again, who knows? Maybe she is back in this world, but her husband is still to be seen there a bit. I've met him, nice guy, nice people and nice place, definitely recommend it. Okay, we're in the Sam Lo zone. I don't know what they call them in Vietnamese actually. Sam Lo I think is Lao. It basically means these three-wheeled bicycle taxis. But here we've got the classic view. This is really the center of Hanoi, right there. The island and the lake. It's such a photogenic place. Another lovely little shrine here, or temple. Just everywhere you look, photo opportunities. It's a photographer's dream. Maybe more so these days in the age of digital photography. Back when I was really big on photography, using film and processing my own film, it would be a nightmare. Too many photo opportunities. How much money would you have to spend on rolls of film? Oh my gosh. I can say goodness, right? Oh my goodness, yeah, that's not banned on YouTube, is it? All right. Have to be careful what we say, right? On YouTube. Golly gosh. So, here's the entrance to this cool little island. There's this very communist-looking statue over here. Let's just stroll around the side of the lake for a second, a little bit further. Then we're gonna just double back a wee bit. Some woman there with the ao dai, traditional woman's Vietnamese costumes. They look like dresses, they're actually pantsuits. The top part hangs over the trouser part. There we go. Hello. Looking good. Oh, sorry. All right, there we are. Looks like we're in the countryside, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a beautiful place to hang out around the lake here. Plenty of benches to sit down and relax. Lovely view. Slightly cooler air coming off the water when it's a warm day. Nice to see people in this country still like to wear the traditional clothes and the traditional hats and so on. Not everyone, of course, and I suppose maybe slowly it's becoming less and less, but you still do see it. You do see it quite a bit still. Just wanted to show you guys this park area around the lake a bit more closely because it's really so stunning. Good spot for people watching or meeting a new friend maybe. But just remember to be on your best behavior around here in the center of Hanoi, because Uncle Ho is always watching. And there's this pretty cool picture of him here to remind you, in case you feel like getting out of line. Alright, we'll try to get across here. Impressive bit of communist design there. Okay, we're gonna jump back along the footpath down to where the communist statue was, just down there. Okay, back up by this quite amazing statue here. Remember this one over the road there, I'm sure. The woman looks amazing, doesn't she? She got a big sword. Wouldn't want to get into an argument with her. Don't know what the guy in the middle's carrying though. Looks either a lantern or a cattle prod, or something similar. Bit of a conga line here of Sam Laws. Good way to get around though. Once your feet get a bit sore. I wonder if all these people are in a group traveling together. Quite a lineup. Okay, we're gonna get away from the lake again into the hustle and bustle. Let's follow this woman over here. She looks like she knows where she's going. She's walking with purpose. Gotta really watch yourself walking around in the old town. Narrow streets, tons of traffic. Most people are pretty decent about their driving, but you always get the odd one who seems to be a bit out of it or something. Think they're in the Formula One or whatever. Let's swing along this little street through here. This one's pretty fascinating. So of course, I've toured the whole area. I did it first time 12 or 13 years ago, but I've done it again over the last few days for you guys. To pick out all the best stuff. This is not one of those channels where we just walk around aimlessly, muttering inane things at odd people. Well, we do the muttering part definitely with the odd people, but not wandering around aimlessly. The muttering part is one of the main parts actually. I think one of the more fun aspects. If I couldn't do me muttering, I wouldn't bother. What would be the point? I've got to have some fun with this as well. Some big knives there. You need a big knife. Never know when you might need a big knife to cut some fruit, for example. Over there is some fruit. Keep going on down this way. Oh, it's a dead end, but no, it's actually not. Of course, we're in Southeast Asia. It's not a dead end. It just looks like a dead end. Honking the horn means get out of my way. I'm going to run you over. Wouldn't work out very well for him, let me tell you. I heard from one guy, he said he, what did he do? He clotheslined one of the motorbike riders who was going too fast and brushed against him a little bit. Almost took him out, so he returned the favor. Fair enough. Returning the favor, but you want to be careful, of course. You don't want to have a situation where you feel like you're in the 60s or the 70s, getting swarmed by wave attacks of Viet Cong, angry locals, right? I'm not sure how much they're into that kind of response in Thailand. It happens a lot, but well, it doesn't happen that much because most people know, so they don't do stuff to get. Hello, how you doing? Nice uniforms. Hello. Hi. Pretty in pink, or well, in pink at least. But yeah. Okay, let's be nice. Oh, let's hang right here, but we'll look left first. Yeah, I turned left and I was on the right. Okay, here we go. Looks like Crocodile Dundee here. He looks like an Australian, that fella who just passed us, going the other way. I would bet at least $1 on that. Silver dollar. Here's a pretty cool intersection. Let's hang a right here. Yeah, it's a bit of a free-for-all with the traffic. Gotta look tough if you want to get anywhere. Be ready. Gotta be ready to run people down. Or at least to look like you would do that. There's a little traffic cop dude there with his little cute little uniform there, looking cute and trying to not arrest anyone for traffic violations, I would say. He's probably trying to get home for lunch and not get involved in any hassles by the looks of it. Cool old building here. It's another really nice little shrine.
Torn down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely spot. Be careful where you cast your pearls of wisdom. Okay guys, thanks for joining me in the first part of this fantastic little excursion around Hanoi, Vietnamese Old Town area. So make sure you tune in for the next installment with part 2 because it just keeps getting better and better. Alright, see you in the next one. By the way, please click subscribe and like and comment and hit the bell button and all that good stuff to keep the show rolling. And if you feel, if you're flush with the cash, hit the buy me a coffee link, would be much appreciated. See you in the next one, and don't be late.